And I hate like, speaking only from my point of view. I'm not giving you information so that you can find these people, whether it is her or the NDE person. It was the case of deja vu. I let people in, but then this person somehow reacts in a way that they flip it on me like I did something wrong. Like, if you are inspirational and then you find me inspirational, why would you want to come in and be like, oh, I'm more inspirational than you? If there's one thing that I want to do out of it, I want to do it right here, right now, is to send a CubeSat to the inner layer of the Van Allen's radiation belt and start harvesting antiprotons. Like, good luck trying to coach a truth seeker. Welcome to Come on. Truth with Van. How simple is that? Truth with Van is a 40 minutes maximum show. Whatever gets in, it gets in. Whatever doesn't fit, gets out. I want to show you that because this is going to be the only thing I have full control over, I will be plugging some sort of a food item that I've made and also a drink that I found from the fridge. So just, being honest with you that this is, though sponsor free, I'm plugging a few things here. How cute is that? All right, so let me know which one do you like better, this view or this view. Anyhow, so, okay, this is serious. I will try to keep myself under the same topic. I think that's the way that it is going to work with YouTube. But you will have to trust the truth that comes out of my mumbling jumbling. Look, I'm old enough to know myself, and this is not, I'm not saying that I will sort of stop doing everything else, but I think this is the side of me that is really the best side of me that I don't show people. Because I don't like to say the truth because I am afraid that I might hurt people's feelings, that it might be too triggering, so on and so forth. But I think actually what I am running away from is the cherry on top that makes me me, that makes me the whole full person I am. Look, so I was actually inspired by two people to do this show, and you do not understand how easy it is for me, like all of this, like, two cameras and a microphone and like setup like this, it's just nothing for me. Like, this is second nature for me. And I'm gonna get myself comfortable here. Don't want to put the feet in there, no. It is so hot, guys. It's like literally just insanely hot here in the Czech Republic. Okay, I was inspired by two people. One is my friend and the other one is my enemy. How ironic is that? So let's talk about the friend first, because that's going to be a little bit positive. So my friend, Kevin, I've known him for a while, and I also met him in person. So this is not just online friend. I had a conversation with Kevin the other day, and he was completely blindsided with like whatever I was trying to tell him, because he knew nothing about whatever, just kind of whatever I did for the past 2 months. So yeah, but anyway, I really sort of trust him and his intuition, and he was also kind of saying things like brainstorming as we went. And he was saying something that just kind of really resonated with me. And he said that I should have my own show, because obviously as you have your own show, first of all, you have full control over it. Second of all, you can pluck whatever it is that you want to pluck. You're carrying it, you are guiding the audience, you're sharing, you're expressing yourself. And this is just faster for me. Like, honestly, I am at the point in my life where I feel like I don't have many questions, and I don't have the time to act like there's something I don't know. I think I know enough to know what are the next steps to be done. So for me to sit here and actually just tell you exactly what's going on, it's just faster and easier to get the message out there than what I did for the past 2 months. Though I'm not saying that I will stop doing interviews and going on podcasts and sharing my NDE story, but that is going to be what I do. But this is also going to be what I do. Okay, let's talk about the reason why I was inspired, or rather triggered. No. So Kevin is right. I think, like I said, this is like second nature for me. And the reason why I didn't do this faster earlier is because I don't like doing things that are easy for me. And to sit in front of the camera talking to the audience like this, it's just too easy for me. Like having a monologue, it's like, what are you talking about? This is so comfortable. I can just tell you whatever I want to. Amazing. So it's like I'm missing a bit of a challenge when it comes to that. But then, obviously, that's why I go on shows and I talk to people, and that is much harder, I would say, because you are dealing with a person. You are dealing with a human being, right? And yeah, there are a lot of variables in play, so it's a little bit like a dance, obviously. So I will keep doing that as a way to challenge myself and keep myself on my toes, and sharing all the good stuff. But yeah, I think this is long overdue. I really needed to do this, and I'm gonna get to the enemy part because I guess that's more of a juicy thing, right? Look, for the past 2 months, I've been telling this to myself. Whoa, everything is going so smoothly. Like the first interview that I did, the first NDE interview that I did, it just resonated so much with so many people. And then after that, it was just easy for me to get on, really well-known shows, and everything was just going well. And I was having fun. Like I was literally having fun sharing my story and meeting new people and talking to them. And I was starting to get suspicious because you know this, right? And there's a proverb for that, which is that when the house is full of laughter, tomorrow somebody is going to cry. Something like that, if you know what I mean. And it is so true. I don't think it is possible to live life here on earth and for everything to go right. It's almost like if everything is going right, like something must go wrong the next day. And definitely that's what happened to me. I just had my first hiccup ever. I don't remember the exact day. Now it's Sunday. I believe it was Wednesday. Yeah, I think it was Wednesday. No, it was Tuesday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days ago, a woman reached out to me. And, okay, let me back up a little bit and tell you that, I have to keep the clock because we would have to take a pause at some point in order to charge my phone. All right, so I took a break, not to charge my phone, but just to check that everything is technically fine. And of course, the mic is kind of, clang, clang, clang. So I have to put it here and talk to it instead of letting it making all the plop sounds to you. Okay, so we were talking about this woman, okay? I'm going to just share the story as fast as I can. This woman reaches out to me over email. Now, mind you, yes, I started sharing my NDE story less than 2 months ago. It is all new to me. And most of the time when I'm asked, I tell them, this is my YouTube channel, this is my Substack, I plug my stuff, but I do not share links with them. So the only thing that is being shared is my email. I didn't expect getting so many emails, to be honest with you. And it is to the point that I'm learning that this might not be for me, like being able to answer to all emails and to all queries and demands and questions and opportunities. And actually, I have tried to fix that after this incident. So let me tell you about the incident. So this woman reaches out to me because she saw me on one of those NDE interviews. And the only thing that she had about me, the only contact information that she had about me was my email. So she got my email, she sent me an email, and there was a link to her Loom session. So if you don't know, Loom is where you record your screen together with your face talking, like somewhere at the bottom part. So I watched her Loom video and, I was like, oh, this is so personal. This is so nice. And I think she was saying something in the sense of like, oh, I could not reach out to you because I'm so impressed by the story and the way you're telling it and all the people that, are responding. But I noticed that you do not have a social media following. That's like verbatim what she said. And that's why I'm reaching out to you, because I work with one of, very well-known NDE clients, right? And I'm helping her with social media. And as she's talking about this, she's actually showing me her screen, her Notion workspace. And I could see just quickly in like 5 seconds, I'm like, okay, there's like a ticket, there's ticket. And it's literally, it's like topics, it's like talking about this and talking about that topic. And honestly, I didn't want to judge this person so much by whatever they were like presenting to me. And also, after the Loom video, she shared with me her YouTube channel, right? So she is also in the space, okay? But she has nothing to do with NDEs, with OBEs, with spirituality, with dying, with death, none of it. Anyway, I was intrigued, right? Because I'm like, I do need help. So anytime that I'm intrigued, like I'm very aware of the fact that either it is that the person is presenting something that I feel like, oh, there's might be something in it for me. But yeah, if I move forward, it is always because I'm intrigued. Like I want to hear you, So I was intrigued and I was like, quickly telling her like, yeah, thank you so much. And actually I have a couple of issues, right? Because she mentioned help. So I'm like, okay, let's just make it quick and I'm going to tell you the issues that I have. Maybe I'm just going to pull my email just to remember like, oh, I actually do not want to like remember this whole thing because it's so ew. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. Oh, no, I'm not going to pull that. I'm just going to go with my memory. But immediately, like I could quickly read the situation, seeing her YouTube, like watching her Loom, and she was like so transparent with everything. I told her, yeah, thank you so much. Like this is quite interesting to me because I have a couple of issues and I just listed the issues. I was just trying to be professional, like get to the point, right? So I said, one, I am terrible at plugging my own stuff. And that's why you found me over this email because, I even ask, if these people ask me to share my links, I will mention it to them like on the video, but then I am just really shy at plugging it in a way like, like reminding them like, hey, can you plug this for me? Like this is my link. So that's one thing. The other thing is, yeah, I have been terrible at being able to respond to every single email that I received because it's just too much. It's too much. And also, what is being asked of me? Even if it is not being like verbatim said during the email, I understand with every email that I receive. what value does this person want from me? And I have to tell you, even if people want something from you, it doesn't mean that I am in the position to give it to you. Not because I don't have it, but because I do not have the format to do so. Anyway, so I told that to her, and I said, I think the third thing that I said was, what was that? I don't remember. Let me pull that goddamn email. Oh yeah, the third thing that I said was just like, oh yeah, I want to continue to book podcasts and promote my upcoming book. Yeah, thank you for sharing. And I need to reach out to channels to like rectify the situation, something like that. So after that, she booked a one-on-one with me. I mean, we had a one-on-one together. I mean, I don't do one-on-one. I don't do paid one-on-one. So it's just like, okay, I'm like, oh, here's my calendar. Like, okay, just make something and we will talk. And honest to God, for me, this was meant to be professional. You know, I'm very aware that in life there's public facing things. I'm talking to you right now, and then there is professionalism behind the scenes, right? And I was really treating it like this. And I saw something in her, you know, like I feel like, yeah, like something, like I was intrigued. Maybe she was saying all the right things, but maybe also in my subconscious, I wanted something. And I'm going to tell you exactly to your face what I want, which is that I need help. The word help really triggered me because like I need help. I don't think that it is possible for me to continue this for as long as, I mean, I will continue this for as long as I can. But at some point I'll need people to help me with stuff, you know, especially with, I would say, protection. That's really the most important part. Like, yes, I can speak for myself. I can write emails. I can fix issues. You know, I'm doing everything by myself. I'm reaching out to people. People reach out to me. I have to check, like, who is this person? Blah, blah, blah. I'm responding to email. You know, I go on Substack. You know, I'm trying to build my own. It's like a different audience at this point. I have a community. Nothing is happening there. I'm not even the admin at this point because I'm like, yeah, like I'm just transitioning. So there are a lot of things now and a lot of things in the future to have a small team to help me. At the same time, guys, this is not my main thing. I'm not even selling anything, okay? I do not have any products. I don't offer one-on-one for you. I do not get paid to do this. This is all hobby. This is all passion. But yeah, I think I will admit to everyone here that the reason why it interested me is because I wanted help. And I just feel like having people helping me with this stuff or working in a small team, I think that's really like where I get to shine, because they are people who look out for my best interests and like push away those things that are red flags. So borders, boundaries, preferences, protection. I think that's really like deep down inside. I think that's what I needed. But that's not the reality, and I know it's going to be very, very hard for me to get to that point, to have even like one person to have my best interest at heart. So yeah, okay, let me check the camera. 10% left. This is going well because I'm making like 10 minutes videos so that I know that if I have 4 of them, that's 40 minutes. Okay, we gotta continue. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, so we had the conversation, and that was an absolute beep show. I mean, it offended me so much that, you know, okay, I'm gonna get to that point. Look, during the conversation, it was just extremely hard, I think, for both of us to like get out exactly, like find the common point and agree to disagree or whatever the hell that was. Look, and I hate like, speaking only from my point of view, because you know how it is, it's like there's always two sides of the story. So one thing is that I will not, like, I'm very careful with my words, and I know, like, I'm not giving you information so that you can find these people, whether it is her or the NDE person. And second of all, yeah, for me, it is just who I am, where I like to be fair. And even in the situation where I do not need to be a referee, I am a referee, where I'm like, look, this is my point of view. This is how I took it. But here's the thing. I have expressed to her that I need a community manager, I need an admin, and I need someone to book me on shows. Okay, those are the most important things. And she said that I could hire an assistant for that. So obviously she doesn't want to do that. And I also do not agree with the wording that she was saying, that I need an assistant for that. And then, I finally got it out of her, like, okay, like imagine, like what, like if we were working in a corporation and I want to compensate you for this, right? Because I totally understand, like, come on, like some shady deal behind the scene for what? I mean, obviously, I don't think you're gonna do anything for me without being paid. Unless, I don't know, I really don't know what was her deal, but I feel like if I was a directionless girl, right? If I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, if I was a puppet, I had no voice of my own, then I think she would, come in and really be honest with me. And by saying that, oh, I actually want to direct you, I want you to, talk about these topics, right? Look, I had a look at her YouTube. She is a mindset guru kind of person. So I think maybe that's why she reached out to me, just because of this like inspirational thing. Like, I know my cards, okay? Like I know I have what they call the voice of the alpha, whatever. And it just comes out of me sometimes that I just unknowingly I'm like inspiring some people just by saying something that it's just obvious. But I'm not even trying to do that. So I think maybe that. But then I'm like, what the hell, Like, if you are inspirational and then you find me inspirational, why would you want to come in and be like, oh, I'm more inspirational than you? Let me help you to be more inspirational. It's like, so that's what I'm saying. It is very important, like when you want to help someone, you establish, first of all, does that person need what you want to help them with? And if there's a clash, it's never going to work. So I think she backed down from saying that, oh, actually, I want to direct you and, tell, like, okay, we have to change the logo, we have to change the banner, we got to, make this like your voice and blah, blah, blah. But I want to kind of like be like behind the scenes, like pulling the curtains. But then I think the way I told her that I'm very much of a fixed person, look, people like myself, in the NDE, OB, truth-seeking world, we are very fixed. Like, good luck trying to coach a truth seeker. And I even ask her, like apart from the client that you have, like, is there any spiritual leader that you follow? And guess what? Zip silent. So I was like, uh-oh, this might be just a weird thing of the internet where, like people reach out to you because like they like there's one common point, but then everything else just doesn't match at all. And at that point I was like, uh-oh, maybe we're not meant to even talk to each other. And so she backed down, And then she said, okay, brand strategist. I would be a brand strategist. And I was telling her like, oh yeah, I don't think this is going to work, because I don't know. I work, like, my first job ever is working for an advertising agency. And I've always been to photography and, agencies and doing commercial works, and, a lot of it I'm not even showing. Like, you have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not showing that. I'm only showing that to people that matter. But yeah, I was like, oh, that is probably the worst thing that you could offer to me. It's like when you're offering something that people don't want and people don't need. So that was a disaster. And I said, yeah, I don't need a brand strategist. But then the conversation got really ugly, I think maybe rejection or saying no triggers something in them. And I was even careful to tell her, like, look, it probably has nothing to do with you and your work and, your talent and whatever, but I just don't need what you are offering me. But then I think it became her telling me all the things that I'm doing wrong. Well, first of all, she's saying, oh, Van, you have a small following. Like right now, yeah, you don't need a community manager. You don't need an assistant. Like, you should do it all by yourself. And if I help you, yeah. Like, I'm not going to even do the YouTube manager thing, Like, you can upload it by yourself, you know what I mean? And then I said, like, yeah. So, okay, I might need, like, along the way, I might need someone to edit my videos, for example. Is that what you mean? Like, and she's like, oh yeah, like, okay, like, yeah, I can offer you like a one, like a done deal service where I deliver something to you. And I was even asking, like, I was really giving this person benefit of the doubt and trying not to like offend them, to say like, no, you don't have what I need, get the F out. I was trying to be like, compromise or what's the word? Not compromise. Complement, like find a commonality. Like, okay, is there anything that you can offer me and I can offer you? And it was so funny, to the point that, she was saying, oh, you have a small following, man. Like, your audience is very young. And look at this video, the last video that you made. Like, if you want to plug your Substack and sell your books, you have to like write a comment under your own video and then pin it so that people know that this is your Substack. And I have to tell you that I don't know what it is, but truthfully, if you are a social media person, if you are an influencer, if you are in, digital guru coaching mindset strategy, just do not even think about reaching out to NDE people. Doesn't match, honey. I would never in million years would write a comment with, sparkling champagne and, cat eyes and heart, plugging my own book. For one, I mean, if I would want to sell my book, my strategy would be the opposite, which is called the Streisand effect, which is that when you do not give people all the information that they need, then they will do everything that they can to find you. And that is what I want. I don't want quantity at the moment. I want quality. I want people that really resonate with what I do, with my work. And I will tell you, I do not need to comment, plug in, whatever book. If I have something of value, the person will get it. So yeah, there was a lot of clash, but then I think during that conversation, basically she used all the tactics of like putting me down, oh, I'm better than you. Oh, the audience is too young, and oh, you're just not even replying to people. Oh, you have like a black and white logo and black and white banner, maybe you're just like a spiritual type and, it's all illusion. And it was putting me down. It was belittling. It was, I'm going to break you so that I can fix you type of psychology 101, which I'm like, come on, like, I'm too old for this stuff. As you guys know, I'm like 55. I'm turning 56. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. So the whole thing just made me feel a certain type of way, and it wasn't good. And so on Wednesday that happened, I closed it out and I made it very diplomatic. I told her, I probably already know, like I'm smart enough to understand everything, but I'm just gonna take that into consideration. And I'm just gonna send you a follow-up email and then we'll see. So I just wrote her like a nice follow-up email, and I don't think we will ever reach out to each other again. But after this, the next day on Thursday, this affected me so much because it was the case of deja vu, like again, over and over again, this is the theme of my life where I let people in because like I myself, I'm intrigued. But then this person somehow reacts in a way that they flip it on me like I did something wrong. That something about me is wrong, something that I do is wrong, the way I do it is wrong, and that they are better than me, and blah, blah, blah. And so that really affected me that the next day on Thursday, I actually had a call with one of the NDE channels to again like share my NDE story. And as it was happening, first of all, technology was not working, and then second of all, I was really flustered. Like I was just not having it. And luckily, we rescheduled, but this really reminds me of how something like this can absolutely ruin your momentum. It can ruin your business, and it can ruin you. And I think having learned so much about life, this is something that I cannot afford. I cannot afford another 3 years, 5 years, and 7 years of sitting there and trying to heal something within me, even though I wasn't the person making the problem. I wasn't the problem. Okay, guys, so just a little plug. I'm drinking Kvas. This looks like Coca-Cola, but it is not. This is the Eastern European version of Coca-Cola, and it's made by bread. I'm drinking bread juice. Yum. It's actually really nice. I like it a lot. These are my baguettes, which I'm not going to be eating right now. I'm just going to eat after the show. And look how cute is that? That's my lunch. Okay, so I have to tell you, the good thing that comes out of this is me again reminding myself that the truth will set me free. That everything I say must be true, but not every truth must be said. I have a thing about truth, but I think when I am really being truthful with myself and truthful with other people, with you, I think that's really my magic. So I'm just gonna put it out there. At the same time, I know exactly what I need to do, and I will tell you this. It's not about the books. It's not about Substack. It's not about writing. The story, I will be telling the same story over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. The future is really what was shown to me. The vision of the future that they showed me. And I just know, like, I am a quintessential creator. And by that, I don't mean just content creator, like, creator in real life. I think I'm not going to say it, but it is just, if you have the card, you just have the card. Nobody can take it away from you. It's like, what do you do? So I want to create, and yeah, I was so inspired by Vision of the Future that, as you saw, I started sharing like 3D models of the spaceships that I did, knowing that I will not be alive to see that amazing version that I saw, that I also showed you. And that the work that has to be done is so foundational, and literally I am sitting on a pocket of gold. And it is just like I told you so. The oracle prophecy on Thursday, I also talked to Kevin, my friend, and you know, I was so flustered because of this situation with the women that happened, and I couldn't really tell him exactly what I was doing, so I was just like showing him 3D models, showing him the podcast I was on, and then telling him that really, like, if there's one thing that I want to do out of it, I want to do it right here, right now, is to send a CubeSat to the inner layer of the Van Allen's radiation belt and start harvesting antiprotons. Like, I know exactly what needs to be done, but nobody knows it. And it's like, am I the only person in the world who's doing this? Anyway, so I'm going to show you Twitter. Okay, so I realized that as I'm showing you my screen, the mic got muted, so I have to do some lip syncing. Alright, so I'm on Twitter and I see Elon Musk saying, in the future, 1 trillion times $1 trillion will be spent on making antimatter to travel to the stars. And then NASA, the head of NASA, Mr. Jared Isaacman, is saying, I support antimatter propulsion. Now look at me. I am just freaking out. Yeah. Unbelievable, right? Isn't that just what I said? 4 years ago I saw it, and now I've been saying that for the past 2 months. Anti-propulsion, antimatter propulsion. Hello, hello, hello. Here we go, here we go. What's next? I'm still freaking out. Okay, so now I'm showing Substack, saying that you can go to my Substack and then find the A Div Space Co section. It's not so working on the web version, but on mobile it's good. And then you will find 2 articles that I wrote. And I've said this before, which is that I am not going in and writing a technical paper, a white paper, or a math equation. I am approaching it from a sci-fi perspective, telling the love story at the same time, focusing on the hard science of it. So, for example, in this article, come on, you can see what I did. And there's an illustration of the CubeSat that I want to send to outer space. It's just a small device that would enable us to harvest antiprotons, which is really the foundations, the first steps. Harvest the antiprotons, and then find a way to preserve them and send them back to Earth, instead of doing the large collision header, large header collision, whatever they have in Switzerland, where they are punching 2 particles together to create antiprotons, which, by the way, it decays very quickly. So then, what else do you want to show them? I told you so. I just cannot believe that I am sitting here being triggered by a woman who just, left her 9-to-5 job, and she has kids and she has a family and she has attention, but then somehow, she targets me, trying to put me down, and I'm like, holy hell. I have far more important things to focus on than you. By the way, I just have to say, after this blow up that I had personally, there was one article. I think I'm reaching that 40 minutes mark. Oh, let me see. What was that article? Oh my God. And it just really helped me so much. Okay, so here's the article. You can find it. Just zoom in, see the author. It's Cody Taymor, and you can find it on Substack. I'm like, okay, I've been here before with men, with women, whatever. And I had this icky feeling about being hunted by, someone with the more malicious personality or something. And I hate that feeling. Because it's not because, yeah, exactly. I think this is what the article is showing, is that They are targeting you not because you are weak, but because you are valuable. Because they see the goodness in you, they see the value in you, and because of that, you are being targeted. But yeah, I will continue to talk about NDE. Sharing my story, sharing my perspectives. I think death is a very triggering topic, obviously. But also, if it is being told correctly, it can really profoundly change someone's life. I will tell you the way my brain works. I don't care what people think. Never. But I care how people feel. And I care about how people make me feel. I am so much of a feeler you do not understand. So if somebody makes me feel like crap because they actually got to me, like I allowed them in, then it will take me 7 business days to even get back to my normal self. But yeah, I think as far as opinions goes, you can have whatever opinions you want about me. My brain is large enough to take in any opinion and being able to put that in its own compartment and for it to exist. So say what you want. It is what it is. But man, if you make me feel a type of way, then it is gonna be on truth with Van. That's for sure. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Thank you.